Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. It always seems impossible until it's done. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. I dream of an Africa which is in peace with itself. It is so easy to break down and destroy. The heroes are those who make peace and build. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, for love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. I stand here before you not as a prophet, but as a humble servant of you, the people. Courageous people do not fear forgiving for the sake of peace. Lead from the back, and let others believe they are in front. Real leaders must be ready to sacrifice all for the freedom of their people. To deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. It is so easy to break down and destroy. The heroes are those who make peace and build. Overcoming poverty is not a task of charity. It is an act of justice. Like slavery and apartheid, poverty is not natural. It is man-made, and it can be overcome and eradicated by the actions of human beings. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Our human compassion binds us the one to the other, not in pity or patronizingly, but as human beings who have learned how to turn our common suffering into hope for the future. As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. Difficulties break some men but make others. No axe is sharp enough to cut the soul of a sinner who keeps on trying, one armed with the hope that he will rise, even in the end. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Money won't create success. The freedom to make it will. I am fundamentally an optimist. Whether that comes from nature or nurture, I cannot say. Part of being optimistic is keeping one's head pointed toward the sun, one's feet moving forward. A good leader can engage in a debate frankly and thoroughly, knowing that at the end he and the other side must be closer, and thus emerge stronger. You don't have that idea when you are arrogant, superficial, and uninformed.